Have you ever had the experience where, no matter how hard you try, you simply cannot get a specific person out of your mind? You go about your day, you focus on your work, you talk to your friends, and you think you are doing fine. But then, in the quiet moments, when you are driving alone, when you are washing the dishes, or right before you drift off to sleep, their face appears. It feels intrusive. It feels relentless. It feels like a song playing in the background of your brain that you cannot turn off. You might tell yourself, I should be over this by now. You might feel shame, wondering why you are still holding on to a memory when they seem to have moved on so easily. You check your phone, hoping for a message that isn't there. You replay old conversations, searching for clues you might have missed. You wonder if you are obsessing, if you are weak, or if you are slowly losing your mind. My friend, let me start by telling you something that you desperately need to hear today. You are not crazy. You are not weak. And you are certainly not alone in this experience. What is happening to you is not a mental error. It is a spiritual phenomenon. In the modern world, we are taught to believe that thoughts are private. We are told that what happens inside our head stays inside our head. But the ancients knew better, and now even quantum physics is beginning to agree. Thoughts are not just static noise. Thoughts are energy. They are broadcasts. They are waves of frequency that travel through time and space, defying the laws of distance. When a person stays on your mind for days, weeks, or even years without any physical contact, it is rarely just all in your head. It is usually an indication of a profound energetic exchange happening on a level that your eyes cannot see. The silence between you in the physical world is deceptive because in the spiritual world, the conversation has never stopped. Today, we are going to go deep into the unseen dynamics of human connection. We are going to uncover the 3 hidden reasons why this person refuses to leave your thoughts. These are not reasons you will find in a standard textbook. These are truths about the soul, the subconscious, and the invisible threads that bind us together. By the end of this message, you will not only understand why this is happening, but you will know exactly what the universe is trying to tell you through these persistent thoughts. Reason number 1, the law of the unfinished loop. The first reason is a powerful mixture of psychology and spiritual resonance. It is what we call the unfinished loop. You see, the human soul and the human mind both crave one thing above all else: completion. Think of a melody. If you hear a song that builds up and up but never resolves the final note, your brain gets stuck. It waits for that final note. It listens for it in the silence. It loops the melody over and over again, trying to create an ending that satisfies the pattern. Relationships work the exact same way. When a connection ends abruptly, or when it ends with words left unsaid, feelings left unexpressed, or questions left unanswered, it creates an energetic vacuum. Maybe they ghosted you. Maybe you broke up, but the emotional cord wasn't cut. Maybe circumstances tore you apart when you were still in love. In these moments, your subconscious mind refuses to file the memory away as past, because, energetically, it still feels like present. The loop is open. You keep thinking about them not because you want to, but because your spirit is frantically searching for the resolution that reality denied you. You are subconsciously trying to finish the story, but there is a deeper, more mystical layer to this. When an emotional loop is left open, the energy between 2 people remains active. It is like a phone call that was never hung up. The line is silent, but the connection is still live. This is why you feel them so intensely. You are sensing their unfinished business just as much as they are sensing yours. Often, when you cannot stop thinking about someone, it is because they are also struggling with the same lack of closure, even if they never admit it. They might be suppressing it, pushing it down, or running from it, whereas you are facing it. But the energy is shared. Your thoughts are circling them because the contract between your souls has not been stamped complete. This brings us to a difficult truth. Sometimes the unfinished business isn't about getting them back. It isn't about a reunion in the physical world. Sometimes the loop remains open because you are waiting for an apology that will never come. You are waiting for them to validate your pain. You are waiting for them to acknowledge what they lost. But the universe, in its infinite wisdom, sometimes keeps this loop open to force you to find that closure within yourself. The persistent thought is a signal. It is your soul telling you, we cannot rest until we resolve this. And if they won't give you the ending you deserve, you must write it for yourself. Until you accept that the silence is the answer, or until you forgive them not for their sake but for yours, the loop will continue to spin. However, the unfinished loop is only the surface. As we go deeper, we begin to touch on the metaphysical. Because sometimes you have closed the loop. Sometimes you have forgiven them. You have moved on. You are happy. And yet, they still pop into your mind out of nowhere. Why? This leads us to the second, and perhaps the most mysterious reason. Reason number 2. The psychic knock. Have you ever had a moment where you are completely absorbed in a task? Perhaps you are reading a book or laughing with friends, or busy at work, and suddenly, out of absolutely nowhere, a wave of emotion hits you? It hits you like a physical weight in the center of your chest. Your mood shifts instantly. A clear, vivid image of this person flashes into your mind, and you feel a sudden, overwhelming urge to check on them, or a sudden wave of sadness that doesn't feel like your own. You might brush this off. You might think, oh, I must be missing them again. But stop and ask yourself, were you actually missing them a second ago? Or did the feeling arrive from the outside, like a guest knocking on your door? This, my friend, is what spiritual teachers call the psychic knock. And it is the second hidden reason why they won't leave your mind. Because they are thinking about you. We are all connected by a vast, invisible web of energy. When two people share a deep emotional bond, whether it was romantic, platonic, or even a painful connection, their energy fields become entangled. Quantum physics calls this entanglement. It means that once two particles have interacted, they remain connected, affecting each other across any distance. When that person thinks of you with intense emotion, whether it is regret, longing, guilt, or love, they are sending out a psychic signal. They are pinging your energy field. Your subconscious mind, which is far more sensitive than your conscious mind, receives this signal instantly. So, when they pop into your head abruptly, it is often not your thought at all. It is their thought echoing inside your mind. You are picking up the phone because they are dialing your number. This is why you might dream of them the night before they reach out. This is why you might feel heavy and anxious, only to find out later they were going through a crisis. The psychic knock is the universe's way of showing you that the bond is still alive, even if the communication is dead. However, you must be careful here. Just because they are thinking of you does not always mean they are ready to be with you. A person can think of you with deep love but still lack the courage to act on it. They can think of you with deep regret but still be too proud to apologize. They can be obsessing over you just as much as you are over them, but fear keeps them silent. The tragedy of modern relationships is that we often have two people miles apart, both lying in bed staring at the ceiling, both thinking of each other, yet both convinced that the other has forgotten them. We assume their silence means indifference, but often, their silence is just as loud as yours. So, if you feel this sudden, intrusive presence of them in your mind, take a breath. Do not panic. Do not immediately reach for your phone to text them. Instead, recognize it for what it is. Acknowledge the energy. Say to yourself, I feel you thinking of me. Trust that if that energy is meant to manifest into action, it will. You do not need to force it. You simply need to witness it. Reason number 3, the mirror of the soul. Now we arrive at the third reason, and this is the one that requires the most courage to accept. It is the most transformative reason of all. Sometimes, a person stays in your mind not because of an open loop, and not because they are telepathically calling you, but because they represent a part of yourself that you have lost. In psychology, this is known as projection. In spirituality, it is known as the mirror soul. Think about the qualities of this person that you miss the most. What is it about them that haunts you? Is it their confidence? Is it the way they made you feel safe? Is it their sense of adventure? Is it the way they looked at you, making you feel beautiful and worthy? Often, we become obsessed with someone because they were carrying a piece of our soul for us. Maybe they made you feel alive in a way you haven't felt since. Maybe they awakened a passion in you that has gone back to sleep now that they are gone. The mind holds onto them because the mind believes that they are the source of that feeling. You think, I need them to feel happy. I need them to feel safe. I need them to feel worthy. And so, you replay their memory over and over, trying to get a hit of that feeling like an addiction. But the universe is keeping them in your mind to teach you a radical lesson. You do not miss them. You miss who you were when you were with them. Asterisk asterisk, they were simply the trigger. You were the magic. The safety, the love, the excitement, that was all generated by your own heart. They just provided the permission slip for you to feel it. When you can't stop thinking about someone, it is often a sign that you have outsourced your power to them. You have given them the keys to your happiness. The universe will not let you forget them until you take those keys back. This is why they linger. They linger as a reminder of the work you still have to do. If you miss their strength, it is a sign you need to build your own. If you miss their love, it is a sign you need to love yourself deeper. If you miss the adventure, it is a sign you need to stop waiting and start living. The moment, and I mean the exact moment, you start cultivating those feelings within yourself, the moment you realize that you are the source of your own joy, the obsession will break. The fever will break. You will suddenly find that you can go hours, then days without thinking of them. And ironically, this is often the exact moment they come back. Because energy attracts like energy. When you are needy and desperate, you repel them. But when you are whole, when you have integrated the lesson they came to teach you, you become magnetic again. So, the next time they invade your thoughts, do not ask, why are they here? Ask, what are they showing me about myself? What empty space inside me am I trying to fill with their memory? The solution, how to find peace. Now that you understand the 3 hidden reasons, the unfinished loop, the psychic knock, and the mirror of the soul, what should you do? How do you finally find peace when the thoughts feel overwhelming? Most people try to fight it. They try to force the person out. They get angry at themselves. Stop thinking about him, they scream internally. But as any psychologist will tell you, resistance only creates persistence. The more you fight the thought, the more power you give it. Instead, I want you to try a different approach. A spiritual approach. The next time their face appears in your mind, do not push it away. Do not judge yourself. Do not spiral into a story of why did they leave? Or what are they doing now? Instead, simply pause. Close your eyes for just a second. Visualize them standing in front of you. And silently, in the privacy of your own heart, say these words. Asterisk, I see you. I honor the connection we shared. But I now release you to your own journey, and I return to mine. I call my energy back to me. I am whole. I am complete. I am at peace. Asterisk, visualize a cord connecting your heart to theirs, and gently, with love, imagine unplugging it. Imagine pulling your energy back into your own body, filling yourself up with golden light. This is not just a visualization. It is an energetic command. You are telling your subconscious mind that the loop is closed. You are telling the universe that you no longer need them to be your mirror. You are stepping out of the waiting room and back into the driver's seat of your life. Do this every single time the thought arises. At first, you might have to do it 20 times a day. That is okay. Be patient with yourself. Healing is not a straight line. It is a spiral. But slowly you will notice a shift. The thoughts will become less frequent. The pain attached to them will dull. And eventually, they will just be a memory. A person you once knew, a lesson you once learned, without the heavy anchor of obsession dragging you down. And remember this final truth. If 2 souls are truly destined to be together, if your story is truly written in the stars, then no amount of time, no amount of distance, and no amount of silence can keep you apart. What is meant for you will never miss you, but you cannot receive your future while your hands are still gripping so tightly to the past. You have to open your hands. You have to let go. Not because they don't matter, but because you matter. Your peace matters. Your life is happening right now, and it is too precious to spend it living in a memory. Trust the process. Trust the silence. And most of all, trust yourself. If this message resonated with your soul today, If you felt a shift in your energy while listening, then I want you to make a declaration. I want you to claim your peace right now. Go down to the comments and write these words. I call my energy back. Let that be your signal to the universe that you are ready to heal. Let that be the moment you stop waiting and start living. Thank you for sharing your energy with me today. You are stronger than you know, and you are more loved than you can imagine. Until next time, take care of your heart.